Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sologenic token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Also, I want to mention the two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, you can donate to the Ukrainian refugees and to Ukraine's military. The funds do not go through me in any sort of way. The links will take you to official websites. You can double and triple check the links yourself. Thank you all for understanding and supporting Ukraine. Now let's get on with the video. And before we get into the video properly, real quick, I want to mention my Patreon. This is a great way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content. We have 5 different tiers with different benefits. You have low cap gem calls in here, my trade alerts. You get early access to some information that I potentially could share in the open Telegram chat. We have personal technical analysis, video requests, any crypto project review you want. It's all in here. So yeah, we have almost 500 posts. I post on a daily basis. So check it out. The link is going to be down below in the description. Now on to the video. So jumping into the daily chart, we do have 2 Fibonacci retracements over here. As you can see, we have a large one and a smaller one here on this little area on the right side. So the larger one is still having a target here at the 1.618 at 17.5 cents. So from where we are right now, this is still a 34% drop. Now, a lot of altcoins have already dropped to the 1.618 target on their large fib, and I still do think this is possible for Sologenic. We could even wick down lower to the second fib level over here. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen 100%, but with the potential Bitcoin capitulation that I'm looking at before we eventually start recovering with a V-shaped recovery, we are still coming down, and that's what I'm expecting. You know, I could be wrong, but with all these pullbacks, you do end up having these 2 parts of a pullback. Willy Woo talked about that. You know, I agree with some of the things Willy Woo says. Sometimes he says outlandish things, but on the 2-part correction, I think he's right. So you have the first dump, then you have the move to the upside, you have a little bit of a correction, and then you have the second dump before you move to the upside. And usually the first dump has a strong and big wick to the downside. And after you start consolidating, you usually come back down to fill that wick, and from there you start recovering with a V-shaped recovery. So that's what I'm looking for. Sologenic is still good to buy in these zones, and you could set some buy limit orders in advance, you know, let's say 18 cents. Have the buy order slightly above the support zone so that you have more chances of getting filled. So the 1.618 is something that I'm still targeting. The second fib level is less likely, in my opinion, 12 cents over here, but still very possible if Bitcoin starts coming back down to those lower 20K areas. But as you can see right now, we haven't even bounced off the 20 EMA over here. I was expecting a bounce off the 20 because a lot of altcoins have done that. In fact, some have even broken above the 20 EMA and got rejected from the 55 EMA. Now, we haven't got any real big news for the Sologenic project. That's why we probably haven't pumped. And right now, this is the time to be accumulating if you believe in a project long term. Obviously, we're getting the Corium airdrop as well for all the Sologenic holders. I'm holding my Solo on the Zum wallet. And yeah, so jumping into the next support level above the 1.618, we do have 21 cents over here at the 1.414 fib retracement. So this, from where we are, this is a 20% pullback. So like I said, this level could hold as well, but you usually tend to come to the 1.618 after you've lost the first fib level over here at 31 cents. Now, zooming in a little bit into this smaller Fibonacci retracement. So as you can see, we do have a bit of a different setup over here. So this is going to be our swing high of the fib, and this is our swing low. So you printed a high, you came back down for a low, you retraced all the way to the 0.5, which is the second strongest fib level after the golden ratio, after the 0.618. So you basically got rejected from the 0.618 area, and you came back down. You lost the first fib level. You held above the 1.272 for quite some time over here, and now you're dumping into the 1.414, and below you have the 1.618. As always, that is going to be your technical target. Now from the 1.618, we could potentially have a little bit of a move to the upside from there. We could come back and either back test the 1.414 as resistance, or we could even go back up to the 1.272 for a back test of resistance. But either way, we are still in a downtrend. And if I bring out a trend line, you can see that this resistance needs to be broken for us to flip bullish, because you're running into this resistance once, twice, and the third time, when you do run into it the third time, potentially, if that is going to be the breakout, you could see a very, very strong move to the upside, and I would look for a back test of support after that, but that hasn't come yet, okay? You need to be breaking previous local highs in order to have targets to the upside, okay? So you have your targets to the downside here. The second fib level on the smaller fib over here is sitting at 25 cents, and the 1.618 is at 26 cents. So these are two buying opportunities for you. Not a financial advisor as always. Now, if we jump into the daily chart here, on the RSI, ignore the trend lines. Those are for the 4-hourly chart. You can see that we haven't really had a strong recovery from the RSI. We barely got above 35 on the index. And right now we are on our way back into the oversold zone. So anywhere below the index of 30, you're oversold. And that provides you a great opportunity to buy into the asset, because as you can see, each time you're in this zone, you do have quite a strong recovery. As you can see, and even here in May, you did have quite a strong recovery. Let's see what that was, what that entailed with the price action. So from where we are, from where we were at the bottom to the swing high here, that provided us with a 30.75% trade, which is not that bad at all, right? So like I said, look for this area to be on the RSI. Potentially what could also happen is you might create some sort of a ascending support trend line, right? Because you do have the first. Why is that not okay? Okay, I had the wrong tool opened up. So you could potentially create some sort of a ascending support trend line over here. You may bounce anywhere from this area, and once you see that, that is your strong support zone. Okay, so yeah, that's regarding the daily RSI. I do want to jump into the 4-hourly one to see what's going on in there, and this is some sort of a nice symmetrical triangle we have going on here for the daily chart. Now let's switch over to the 4-hour. Okay, now switching over to the 4-hour chart, you can see that we got rejected from the 4-hour 55 EMA over here, and now we're dumping back down. We did get a bullish cross briefly here at the end of May, but we got a bearish cross soon after. This is just a little lower high that we printed. As you can see, we had a high, a lower high, and you continuously print lower lows as well. So this is a nasty downtrend that we're in right now, and we're trying to find the bottom. I do think the bottom is going to be set once we have a strong V-shaped recovery. At that point, I would think that we have potentially bottomed out, but as always, you can never guess where the bottom is. You can only use so many indicators to potentially see what's going to happen, but like I said, dollar cost averaging is the best thing that we can be doing during these times. But if I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do post technical analysis in there. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.